What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades we have taken today as well as the game plan going into tomorrow with certain stocks that I'm watching. So we're going to go over what we ended up swinging into today and then go over some names that I do like. So first one was NVTS. I gave this to the Discord on Friday, and this was an absolute filthy move. I mean, if we look on this chart when I pull it up right here, I mean, this is insane. This was super clean. Everything pretty much pointed to higher on this name. We have the regular chart right here that was breaking out on Friday. You can see very clear uptrend that we had going. We pulled back on low volume, broke out on Friday above this trend line, and then we continued the move today. This chart paired with flow, there was a lot of call flow on this name as well, paired with the system. I mean, everything pretty much said higher, and this is what we looked like on the system. So if we go back, I sent this at 2:15 on Friday, and the monthly contracts here end up pulling back to this 50 SMA, which is such a massive pivot point. And with it being curled up super hard, this is a massive support area. And then pair that up with this 30-minute chart crossing into the close on Friday. I mean, this pretty much was guaranteed to go higher. I ended up entering these contracts, these exact ones, the 18 calls at I grabbed at 125 and I added at 110, so that was somewhere down in this area. And this was today, bang. Contracts hit over $6, I believe, and that's pretty much where we ended up selling all of it at. My target on this was that like $24 mark. We're probably gonna gap up tomorrow and hit that 24 to 25 mark, but I'm already all out of this. I told Discord 20% move was likely coming today. Ended up hitting 30% move up into that like $24 mark. So that was a very textbook trade, very clean trade, and yeah, I mean, it really doesn't get better than that. So that was our pretty much heater for the day. And then we ended up we were in OKLO from last week. So this chart looks very ugly because I have a bajillion levels. But yeah, so I ended up entering this on, I think, Friday. Let me check. Was it Friday, I believe? Or was it the day before? Actually, I can't even see it. But yeah, we entered OKLO. It was pretty much, I mean, very clean setup here on the daily. We pulled back to moving averages paired with the system. We had the higher time frames on OKLO, very bullish, which I'm going to show you guys in a second here. We were pretty much just sitting at the 4-hour 50 on OKLO, right around it, so I ended up grabbing a swing right here. You can see we pulled back to this 50 SMA on the 4-hour. I entered a little bit before it, so I had like 30% of drawdown. I did have a little bit shorter expiration. I had the 85s for Friday, so they did have a little bit of drawdown, but you know, I was still very convicted in this trade since this 4-hour 50 has sloped up super hard. And yeah, we saw a massive move out of it today. I mean, it ended up peaking up probably like 10% today. And that $80 was my target. And I'm still in half right now. We're probably going to end up hitting that tomorrow. $80 first target. I already ended up trimming half. But I mean, this $80 mark to like $86 mark, this is kind of the range of take profits that I have on this and the length that this is probably going to go. But this daily chart looks super nice, but I'm already out half already, so I'm just holding runners now and going to trim as we go higher. But yeah, those were the two trades we ended up closing today, and I did enter two new ones, which I'll go over as well. I mean, I could give you guys some insight on these ones. They're pretty much right at my entry, so these are like freebies, LAES. Very nice daily chart here. You guys can see clear uptrend we're going, clear reversal pattern. Very nice volume today. On the up days, very nice volume. Red days, very low volume. And today pulled back to moving averages. And yeah, there was some nice flow on this name as well. The 5.5 calls for January 2027. So a little bit further dated contract. So I'm not expecting this to immediately, you know, be taking profits at, but yeah, 5.5 calls. I mean, I'm expecting this to head towards this $4 to $4.50 mark. That would be like where I'd want to start taking profits at. These are just kind of short-term levels that I have, the $3.50 mark, and then this $2.99 or this $3 mark is a pretty big area that we need to hold. So yeah, that's a swing I'm currently in. It's like right at my entry point, so if that's something you guys wanted to tail, you guys could. That is a trade I did give out to the Discord today at 3 o'clock, so that is what we're in. And I'm going to leave the other one for the Discord, so I'll give you guys one freebie. And then what other names I do like going into tomorrow. So this is my list of names that I got going. So first one, AG. This is already up. I mean, a lot today, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get an entry on this, but there was nice call flow on this name. Ended up breaking out. I'd have to see some sort of pull back to the moving averages for me to get in this, but I mean, most likely this is probably just going to end up running without me, so this isn't really, that great of a setup at the moment. It was just very clean chart that I did end up seeing after it broke out. So, yeah, APLD. All right, this is a very, very high conviction trade that you got to be paying attention to. If we open up red tomorrow, you're going to want to add this. This 43 level, if we could get a pullback, which I don't know if we're going to get because the weekly contracts on APLD are like right around the 50 SMA. So hopefully tomorrow we open up like slightly red so that we dip down to the 30-minute 50 on the option charts and we could buy this dip because this chart is super bullish. Daily chart here pretty much legging up. If there's any sort of pullback, this is a name that you do want to grab. I'm probably going to grab like 2 weeks out expiration. There was some good call flow on APLD today. So yeah, and then we're going to target that $50 mark. So if we open up red, which I hope we do, that'd be perfect for an entry point. So yeah, APLD is a very high conviction trade for me. Daily chart looks good, system looks good for it with the option charts, and yeah, $43 mark is kind of the line in the sand for this at the moment. I'd want to see us hold above this to go to 50. Cypher, this had some call flow for I believe later in the year. That I'd want to be targeting up towards this like $24 to $25 mark, and then line in the sand for this trade is pretty much like this $19, like $18-19 range. I wouldn't want to see us go below $19. So yeah, I mean you could have bought this dip to the EMAs today if you wanted to, or SMAs, off of this 10 SMA. This $20 mark holding ended up solid volume today. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the system is also pretty bullish on this name as well. I'm going to actually pull up the chart real quick on my phone to see what we do look like. I'm pretty sure that the monthly chart's already crossed on this name. Let me see, Cypher. I swear I ended up pulling it up at some point. Okay, yeah, Cypher daily chart looks super bullish actually. We end up pulling back to the monthly 50 SMA on the June contracts, the 22 calls. Yeah, this thing most likely the low's already going to be put in on this name. So if you did want to enter off open tomorrow, if it opens slightly red, we dip down to $20, which wouldn't be much. It's like 20 cents. You could definitely add this for a swing. You could tail the contracts if you want for 2027, or you could just grab the June contracts. So yeah, this is a very nice setup as well. Target that $24, $25 mark. Obviously depends on the expiration you choose. If you go with the further dated ones, this is going to be more so your targets. If you go shorter dated, just trim along the way up, and 40-50% take your trims, and then just ride rest, break even, stop. Yeah, so Cypher, really nice setup. Lunar, LUNR, really nice setup here on the daily. Breaking above these highs. There was some good flow for this name, targeting $35. If this just doesn't gap up tomorrow, if we get some sort of pullback near $30 or this recent high down here, like 31 to 30, this is definitely a name you could add. I'm pretty sure this looks really good on the system as well. I'm going to see what this looks like. So the monthlies on June, yeah, are crossed on the daily. So any dip is going to get eaten up on this name. And then the weeklies, I believe, are probably already crossed on the 30-minute. Yeah, so 30-minute chart's already crossed there. 4-hour chart is looking to cross on the weeklies for the 35 calls. So, I mean, any sort of dip tomorrow, this is probably going to get eaten up, and we're going to go to $35. So, Lunar, one to keep on watch. Oracle is another one. I was looking to get a dip on this name. I wanted to see like 187 to grab an entry on this for a swing and ride up to 200 down to the moving averages here, but I'm not sure if we're going to get the dip. That's just something I'm watching to grab calls. Simple setup there. QS, a lot of call flow for this name as well. I think there was, I forget, was it like a couple $100,000 worth of calls for further out, like 2027. So with that 2027 contract, I'd be looking to, look for $10 and then $12 for TPs. If you're going shorter dated, which I probably wouldn't even recommend. I mean, there's not really a shorter dated flow for the name, so make it easy. You could just tail the 2027 contracts, I believe it was for. Maybe it was definitely end of 2026. I forget what the exact date was. But yeah, there was further dated call flow for this name. I think someone grabbed like the 13 calls for later in the year or like January 27. Forget the exact date, but solid looking setup. Daily chart looks nice. Forming this uptrend. High volume day today. Looks pretty solid. And the last one, SPCE, starting to break out here on the daily. Plus there was call flow for this name, and I believe there was some call flow as well for this name. So yeah, on this name, 30-minute chart is crossed on the weeklies, and then I'm pulling up the June contracts now to see what these look like. There's actually no SMAs on the 4-hour, but the 2-hour chart just crossed, 1-hour chart's crossed, 30-minute chart's crossed. So yeah, solid looking setup. I'd be looking to target that 350 area. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the names I do like going into this week. I didn't really pay much attention to SPY today. There was a cross that paid if you did take. Wasn't anything crazy. You probably got like 60 to 80 points in NQ. I'm not sure what ES gave, but there was a little 0DT cross that happened. It was kind of a slower day for futures, but individual names right now are hot. That's where you want to be taking advantage of, and that's why I've been kind of focusing on the individual names. Just a lot of good setups, and yeah, that's watch list for tomorrow. That's what we did today. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub, join the Corey if you want to learn. I'm out. Peace.